Yes, the sports department, in collaboration with the St. Martin Sports Federation and the National Sports Institute, the executing arm for government, in collaboration with them, the department is hosting the Brown Pelican Sports Awards, the first ever of its kind here. It's been a long time in the making. And the whole idea behind these awards is to recognize sports on St. Martin, recognize the athletes who are in the sports on St. Martin, and also recognize those persons and organizations who have contributed tirelessly to sports on St. Martin. So that's what we're looking to do. Government is looking to really highlight and champion those persons who have contributed to sports.
What prompted you to keep this award?
Well, we feel that it's important that those persons who have contributed to sports over the years are recognized, and they are championed, and a highlight is brought to them for all the hard work that they have brought to their individual sports. Those athletes who have worked tirelessly to build themselves up in their particular sport, who have competed locally, regionally and internationally and to represent St. Martin. So to that end, we have different categories that we are championing during this award ceremony. They are the Athlete of the Year, male and female, Best Overall Team, Best Coach, Best Sporting School, Sporting Innovations, Best Sponsor, International Ambassador, Best Sports Organization, and Sport Icon. So those are the different areas that we're looking at. So we're not only looking at the athletes themselves, but we're looking at the persons who have contributed. So those businesses locally who've contributed to sports, and also those organizations that have really championed sports in the community. Those who have, school sports, district sports, male, female, they really cater to these different areas within sport and within their sporting discipline. And we're also this year looking at sports legends. Initially we were thinking maybe we can do all the different sports, different categories in the sports, but we decided to hone in on baseball, because it's one of the longer standing sports on the island. So we have chosen to go for baseball, and we will be recognizing baseball legends, those who have been in the sport for a long time and who have had an impact, St. Martin baseball, and regionally and internationally as well. So that's another aspect to the awards ceremony that's going to be happening on Sunday.
Now, the award that you keep in, is it to a special age bracket that you're starting from?
Well, no. What we've done is, instead of the department come up with the names or bring forward names, what we've done is solicited names from the different organizations on St. Martin. So we sent them out sheets with the different categories, and we've asked all the different organizations to put forward names within their own organization of persons they think are worthy of the different awards categories. And the organizations responded to us. We since May, this information was being requested from the different organizations so that we can try and get in as much information as possible. So since then, we were asking for information. We got back names from some of the organizations. So for those of you who see that your sport may be not represented as much as you think it should have been, we're hoping that the response from the different organizations will be a lot more for next year, because we really want to ensure that all the different sports are involved. But we got some good responses, and we're hoping that through that we can highlight the different athletes and persons. So, and Shakiba Pink, and she is in athletics, and I think she's about 13 or 14, so she's really young. And then we go really, older, much older, should I say? So there's no age group or age range that we're dealing with. We just wanted for the organizations to put names forward who they thought were deserved. And once I think we got in through about 70 something names from the different organizations. So we got a good response. And from there we put a committee together that comprised of the department, the St. Martin Sports Federation, so that's the organization that's in charge of all the different sporting organizations, and Foundation Upkeep Sports Facilities, a representative was also involved with the committee, and also the National Sports Institute, who are the executing arm for sports here on St. Martin. And they are a new up-and-coming foundation organization as well, who I'm sure in the next few months and over the next year or so, you'll see a lot more stuff happening with them. But they were a part of the committee to choose the nominees. So in the paper of Tuesday, November 17th, you would see in there all the nominees for the different categories, and from there that's the names that we came up with the eventual winners, who will be announced on Sunday during the event.
Afford what you crave, life just gets so good. KFC, so good for everyone.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000, get us real easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation, that's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
Anybody bingo? Nobody bingo.
There's certain things that we do not know about the power plant, and I know there's a whole new rebuilding process that's going. Is the power plant up to standard now that would meet all the demands of St. Martin in terms of the load that St. Martin is consuming?
The power plant is up to 5 years. Today, for example, we are meeting our demand yesterday as well. But remember, we have engines operating. They can fail. If one fails now, for example, at this moment, it can have a power interruption in certain areas. The current goes off, and then we have engines standby. We start them up, put them in operation, and put back in the cables that goes out. We invested in engines from 2000, like I mentioned before, 2005, 2009, There's also plans for the near future as well to get more engines online to be able to meet the demand and be much more stable and also more efficient in terms of energy, the cost of energy as well too.
What's your maximum peak load now?
We peak around 54, 55 megawatt in the daytime, and in the morning hours around 3, 4 o'clock is around 35, 36 megawatt. So between, let's say from 5 in the morning until 11 a.m., we're talking about 20 megawatt difference in energy consumption there, which is quite a bit.
Yeah, which is a huge amount. The provision for during the season, does it goes up during the Christmas season?
Fortunately, it doesn't go up during the Christmas season that much because in the summertime it's hotter, so much more acres are working then. And in the winter time, it drops a bit and not as high, let's say, in the months of August, September. So September, pretty much when the peak time of the year for us. We may have 4 engines running constantly, which are called baseload engines. They're running 24 hours a day. So let's say at night, around 8 o'clock at night, we have 4 engines running, for example. The demand drops a bit, around 3 o'clock in the morning it goes down and stabilizes there. Around 6 in the morning, people wake up, school starts, so forth, the demand rises. We start one engine, go up to the maximum output, start the next one, go up to the maximum output, until we reach a maximum of 55 megawatt. Once we get around 55 megawatt, around 11 a.m., it remains there more or less until around 5, 6 in the afternoon, then it drops again. So what we do every day, we start engine, one by one, increase the load to the maximum, and when the load is dropping back again, we stop one, and maintain the rest 4 or 5 engines and baseload engines continuously. So every day we start and stop engines to be able to meet the demand, and the 4 engines or 5 engines run 24 hours a day. Those are called baseload engines. And those baseload engines, if you look at the operating hours, every year and a half more or less, they are due for major overhaul based on the total accumulated operating hours for that engine. So then we take it down for major overhaul. But in between, we also make stops for 1,000 hours for service. Can be changing oil filters, change oil, change injectors, fix leaks or whatever on the engine not function properly. We stop it every 1,000 hours more or less, and we do our repairs then. But these stops and start go smoothly without interruptions normally. And then we do our repairs to keep our engine up to standard. To mention as well, because many people believe that we are polluting the environment so much. From 2000, GB chose to go with engines that meet the World Bank standards in terms of exhaust emissions. So the exhaust emissions from the engines have to meet the World Bank standards. And our engines meet those standards as well too. And we also try our best to keep the environment and run the power plant clean as much as possible. Also reduce the noise as well. What we did from 2000, all the engine halls that were built from 2000, they are enclosed. So at night, the cable area is much more quiet at night versus the day, with the engine halls that is open or partially open. So that's a big improvement we have in terms of environment for the surrounding areas as well too. We also had a company came in and they take some measurements for the exhaust gas around the area KB from the east coast to the west coast to see what the air pollution looks like. They made a report for us as well too and submit to GB as well too to make sure that we still do this. There's no laws right now forcing GB in this direction, but we feel as a company we have an obligation as well too towards the public and the environment. And we try our best to safeguard our environment as well too.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank.
Anybody bingo? Nobody bingo.
When in season and private jets go off island, is it a problem or an operational issue? Yes, MP Myers, it's both. It's a space issue as well as an operational issue. One of our plans is to build additional space for those aircrafts for parking purposes. So yes, we are encountering definitely an operational issue because of space. MP Sylvia Martin asked, there was a topic about an apology letter going to the PM coming from the MD. What was that all about? The last time the SXM airport management came to Parliament, we indicated that we had not received the building permit for the FBO, and there was an administrative error that was actually made by management. Instead of PJIAE submitting the permit, instead of PJIAH submitting the permit, PJIAE submitted it. So it was an administrative error. And for that, yes, the Prime Minister wanted a public apology. There was land issue concerning the FBO. Was the issue resolved, and is it resolved? Why wasn't a building permit issued? Yes, the land issue was resolved. Where was an issue regarding, was there an issue regarding concession fee? Did this contribute to the issue now being experienced about FBO? Presentation on concession fees was never presented to the airport, was never formally presented to the airport. Did the airport look into pre-clearance, which the US, and did any group approach SXM on this park? This was a question posed by MP Sylvia Matzer. Yes, the airport was approached by a group concerning US pre-clearance. Did this contribute to an issue now being experienced about FBO? I don't know, possibly. Are we looking into pre-clearance? Yes, we are. The pre-clearance is part of the master plan. It's part of the strategic business plan, and I think that was also a question posed by MP Heiliger. And it's part of our annual plan. What are we doing? Actually, the pre-clearance is the area of the Prime Minister of the government. So it's not, of course, in terms of working together, the airport can assist in facilitating, we can assist with studies that pertains to the airport, etc. However, in discussing pre-clearance, I'm sure you would understand that you would need to have an optimum relationship with government and particularly with the Prime Minister's office. Did SXM look into additional loans to finance new projects? Was asked by MP Sylvia Matzer. Yes, as a matter of fact, had we been on target with all the projects, by December we would have looked into new projects. A hotel project did approach the airport, and with interest in a hotel being built at the airport. Based on the reports that we received, that brand name hotel said that it would be the only location that it would consider would be an airport hotel at the airport. In terms of a parking lot as well, that's also the plan for new projects. Someone, I can't remember which honorable member of parliament, asked about potential revenue streams and creative revenue streams, but I know that was also mentioned. I think it was MP Tamara Leonard, yes. In terms of the parking lot, that would be an avenue where potential revenue can come into the coffers of government, because all the cars would be located in one area at the airport, and it would give the government an opportunity to impose certain levies. It could be an environmental levy, car tax levy. I'm sure when we all travel and we rent cars, we know that the rate is usually $23 or $25, and the ending bill is sometimes close to $45 a day, and those are additional taxes that are on that bill. So for example, a city tax, a local tax, a state tax. So there's creative ways there to also earn revenue, which would make us similar to any other car park facility in the world. Yes, the answer to that question is absolutely yes. The board did approach various members of the management team concerning the MD position. So absolutely, that was. MP Cornelius de Weaver asked, is the new ambulance facility still part of the plan? Absolutely, it is still part of the plan and will continue to be part of the plan. So it's very much a part of the plan. If we could, I don't know if we have the image here, but the area facing the street would be the government's, or would be the country's facility, and facing airside would be ours. So that gives you an indication. So it's still very much a part of the plan. Please provide the average cost of construction per square meter for building airports. For building airports is $3,470 per square meter. What are the plans for tourism statistical information kiosk? I believe that was posed by MP De Weaver. We just signed a service level agreement with the Ministry of Justice, and those are for 12 passport kiosks as well as 6 e-gates. And the passport kiosk hopefully will be ready by the first week, and will be here by the first week of December. So all arriving passengers will now have a better customer experience, and it will take it will assist in a smoother process and a better customer service at the airport and by our incoming immigration, etc. And also, you'll be able to get all the necessary statistics, because we'll be able to see where they're coming from and what areas they're coming from, which would also assist the country when doing its marketing. MP Tamara Leonard asked, how do we find a creative way to contribute more to the airport? So one of Okay. Are there any other plans to work with USM with the planned training facility? In terms of the Aviation Academy, I'm sure that we can work. The Aviation Academy can have a relationship with the University of St. Martin also, and that's a very good suggestion. We also we already got a positive feedback from IKO as well as IATA, and ACI, Airport Council International. So all three international areas are willing to be part of the Aviation Training Academy. Bomb threats, do we have trained persons at the facility? The bomb threats area falls directly in the hand of government, so government takes over when there's a threat of bombs. However, yes, our personnel are very much trained at the facility. They go on continuous trainings, etc. And this is also an area, absolutely right, that the training academy can have, because there's various training programs available by IKO as well as HCI in terms of that area, in terms of safety and security.